Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a review of Tales of Wedding Rings, Season 2, Episode 4. Now, for this review, I like to dedicate for this episode to this one person and one person. And for this arc, this is going to be one of those moments where every girl in Tales of Wedding Rings is going to get an episode. A moment, a development, a flashback, and all that. This episode of review of Tales of Wedding Rings, Episode 4, Season 2, is dedicated to the princess, the element, princess / element of fire, Granard. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. We gotta look back at her since the beginning. Since the beginning, she's this warrior-like princess with using a sword, and her fire ability has been a spark. From sparks to like giant-ass fire sparks, she has done her well as princess. From a pride of a fiery princess, not snobby or whatnot, to literally becoming herself, being opened. Last week was one of those. Last week was all like, yeah, she's all strong, motivated, but now after that last week with Sato, she felt kind of like vibe, which is now with me. Now, of all the girls who I rank among Granard, and if you want to add Marion, Hime's little sister, question is, where do I put her as the hottest girl in Tales of Wedding Rings? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting her as, this may sound shockingly well, but I'm going to put her third. I will put her third. If you want to put Marion in the mix, add it to the mix, but still, I'll put her third. But still, as we talk about Tales of Wedding Rings, we're now going to see the development of Rise. Now, this is one of those guys where it's like, yeah, this is a harem anime, and it's going to take some building when it comes to powering up your girls. It's kind of like Sekirei. Yeah, and I'm going to compare it to Sekirei, because this was like one of those Sekirei moments. And if you watch Sekirei, Sekirei, if you watch Sekirei, understand it's the same thing for like this. So without further ado, let's get right to it with the review of this. Okay. Sato, my boy, my mad effing respect. Mad respect for Sato here. You know, it's crazy how Sato walks into the room and see not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. Well, 6 if you count he meets the little sister, even though she's not a princess, but still, five beautiful princesses and Marion, and they all, it's like, damn, I wish I was him. Again, he's one of many who I look at this guy and say, damn, with all his girls he have, I wish that was me. People like Issei from High School DxD. People like Rito from To Love Ru. People like Basara from Shimano Testament. The best harem king of all time, Rentaru from the 100 Girlfriends. This guy got a lot of girlfriends I'm not even gonna spoil. But if you guys have read the manga, this guy's this guy's the gangster of harems. And Lucky, when I mean by one of the many, he's one of the many greats. He's that guy that you walk in to open the door and literally every girl gonna say, hello, darling. Welcome, husband. Welcome, all that shit. Sato, same thing. After his training, he walks through that door and everybody greeted him. I'm like, yo. But here's the thing that I keep forgetting, and I should have brought this up. 4 episodes in, and we forgot. They still trapped in the freaking dungeon. It's been a week and it's like, they still trapped. You would think that after all that bonding they did, from last week, fan service bonding, a bonding exercise type vibe, you would think that after all that, they'll be like, hey, we're free now, we're going to open the gate. No, they still stuck. Their bond is like, it's like a flint. Their bond is like a flint. The spark is there, you're waiting for that spark until you get that little bit click, and then it powers up. You know, that's what it is. So everyone is still talking about like to increase their bonds and whatnot. Everyone has their fortitude of how they increase their bond. Remember, each of these girls have a personality. It's not like everyone has. I mean, they all agree on marrying Sato. That's a fact. But in personality wise, it's all different. Now, let's start. Okay, look, we did get a little bit of a fan service thing going on. We did get a little bit with Hime with that spell down there. I mean, like she still got the spell. Now, look, I understand Hime and Sato, they want to bang. We all know we all know we all gonna see them smash. We're not even that surprised. We all gonna see that. But guys, we just gotta be patient. You gotta understand, Sato was Hime's first girl before the other four. And Hime loves Sato. I mean, remember, they know each other since childhood. And in the beginning of season 1, not only they were childhood friends up to growing up now, you have to remember Hime became a princess and Sato didn't know about it. But now he got this huge responsibility to not only marry Hime, but also marry other princesses along his journey. So yeah, he has sort of a thing. Now, I get what you're saying. I get it. You got 5 beautiful princesses. You have Hime's little sister. You got a bed, one shared bed, and you're not doing anything about it. I get it. Y'all dissing Sato because he's not doing anything with them. But remember, this is a bonding exercise. And here's the funny thing. I find this episode kind of funny because the fact that, one, not only not only Sato's with 5 princesses and Muriel, and I keep separating them because I can't count her like that. But with 6, but if we want to do it, we can do it. If you got 6 girls you're trapped with 6 girls and you're not doing anything about it. And I get it. Sato says he's not doing his job, he's not banging. But again, Sato is an honest freaking guy. Sato is honest. It's like he want to save his V card for Hime. You know what I mean? He's saving it for her. That was like the first thing. So guys, please be patient. Just be patient, everyone. Just be patient. But again, his bond is not there yet at the moment. This whole train thing. Now, I do applaud Nefertiti's and Granat's personality. Well, not their duo. Fire and wind, busted ass elements. I hate to say it. I mean, look at Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a lot of supports out there. Water ain't getting shit. But when you look at wind and fire, these two badasses are hits. That's why the barrel statue wind got hit, and then it's the fire statue got hit. So yeah, we're on the road. We're on the road here, but still, fire and wind. Granite and Nefertiti are a good duo. I mean, as they were training, we finally caught an abyss. A giant ass spider in a dungeon with like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this episode was so good not good, but this episode was called like, do they realize they got to train? They stuck in that dungeon until they get their power up. And the door is still locked. And even with Sato trying to train, it ain't working. But still, Nefertiti and Granat, they encountered a huge giant spider. And there are moments where Nefertiti's, best girl, by the way, best girl out of the 5. I love her more than the other ones. I got her second best girl. I'm sorry, Nefertiti is my number 1 girl. Sorry, I kind of twisted a bit. But again, Nefertiti is number 1. Hime is 2 and Granat's 3. That's my order. But Nefertiti is best girl. I'm sorry. You gotta understand something about her. She went from a dandere to like being a badass. That's development. Every time I look at Nefertiti doing power-ups like that, she reminds me of my waifu of all time, Hinata Hyuga. You know how Hinata steps up from being a shy girl to being a badass? Same thing with Sumi Sakurasawa from Rent a Girlfriend. Same basic thing. So when I look at Nefertiti putting all that work with her wind magic, like breaking force fields or whatnot, she's a freaking badass. And the teamwork that Nefertiti and Granat did was great. Now, the reason I bring up Granat is because Granat is because she's gonna get a backstory. After watching this about her mother from last week, I'm pretty sure next week we're gonna see more of her backstory. But Granat did work in this episode. She was the light source in this episode. By light source, I meant fire source. And to increase their bond, it's like the power of love. The power of love resides with Sato and the 5 princesses. Because when they got stuck by that web, when the spider caught them, and Sato kissed Granite, it was like it's right there. But the way how that kiss was, it was like, you know how Sekirei is. This is why I'm comparing this to Sekirei. You guys remember how Sekirei went was like anytime an Ashikabi kisses Sekirei, they get a power up. They do like a special chant and they get a power up. So when I look at that scene where Sato kissed Granite, it was more like, oh my god, her body was hot and then she just literally got fire. Got a power up, going aura of fire in her and just literally took down the spider. It's like, yeah, she did her thing. And it was like, I loved it. That was a moment. Granted, deserved this award for this episode. She stepped up. She beat the spider. She has done her thing really well. And plus, her attitude changes too. See, that right there is the definition of character development. So overall, though, this episode was really good. I mean, I get it. It was kind of boring for most people. I found this episode to be like, okay. It was an okay episode because you expected something, you expected more. But this is more like, you got to understand, every episode of Tales of Wedding Rings, we're going to get every character in this, like Hime, Nefertiti, Granite, Masa, and Amber. They're going to have an episode of their own. They're going to have, we got to remember, they still effing trapped training. They still trapped training. And not only that, Granted, I had a moment in this episode. So basically what I'm saying is every character, while they stuck in this dungeon today and get a power up and then open that door, every girl here is going to get an episode of them and backstories along the way. So we'll see more. So thank you for watching my review of this show. I look forward for next week's episode of Tales of Wedding Rings. And I'm pretty sure everyone can respect Sato of his choices. Please be patient. Thank you for watching.